Welcome back to Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Earl, joined by Alex Swords. A few weeks ago, let's say 3 weeks ago, if you had asked me, Spencer Strider, could he win the NL Cy Young Award? I would say it would be a ridiculous long shot. I think he was around 10-1 odds. The one thing I will say, and this has been the case for the award this entire race, is nobody's really established themselves. I mean, usually you have someone out there like Max Scherzer or Jacob DeGrom or Clayton Kershaw in the past where it's like they're just so far ahead of the field or like have had such a fantastic season. I would go as far as to say I don't really know if any of these guys probably deserve to be the NL Cy Young. But listen, somebody has to win the award. And now Spencer Strider, back to back to back 7+ innings with one earned run allowed. So the last 21 innings, one earned run allowed. He's racked up like 25 strikeouts. We've seen a decline, or we've seen an increase in his strikeout rate, a decline in his home run and fly ball rate. You're seeing a lot of good signs. He's going longer. He's going deeper into game. He might not be striking out as many people, but listen, he's got everything working for him in terms of the strikeouts, the FIP, the advanced stats. Like, it depends. It's really going to come down to what do these voters care about? Do they care about FanGraphs score? Do they care about FIP? Do they care about the advanced numbers? Or do they care about strikeouts? Or do they care about ERA? Because Spencer Strider, he's going to have to lower his ERA over the next month if he wants to win it. But he's currently sitting at plus 200. And I think he's got as good of a shot as anyone, which is pretty exciting because you very well may have a case. And I can't go back in Braves history. I don't know if it's ever happened where the Braves had the MVP and the Cy Young, but I can't imagine that's happened too many times in baseball history. And that's a very, very real possibility. If Spencer Strider goes out there and pitches like he has over his last 3 outings and lowers his ERA to around 3, I think he wins the award.
Yeah, Gallen's sitting right now as we're recording this Monday night or Monday morning, 3.11 ERA, and Strider sitting at a 3.46. It's not impossible. Personally, you love the strikeout stuff. It's a far more entertaining pitcher to watch. Spencer Strider's got maybe the nastiest stuff we've ever seen, second to maybe Jacob DeGrom in our lifetime at least. And his stuff is super fun to watch. Throwing it super hard, swing and misses. That's what baseball's all about. Nobody likes a Bryce Elder soft contact kind of guy, even though we love him because we're Braves fans. If as a baseball fan, you'd rather see the swing and miss stuff. But still, I can't go for Spencer Strider when you're talking about all the expected stats and all the advanced metrics and things like that, because I don't like them in general. I like it to paint a picture and, you can kind of see trends and whether positive regression is in line or if this is a fluke and things like that. I think they're useful. But when you watch a game through a Excel spreadsheet, I just hate it. I hate that nerd facet of sports where it's like, well, actually, these guys, I don't like that. So I can't say, in this case, Spencer Strider's got all these advanced metrics going for him, not Zach Gallen. So I can't, talk down on the advanced metrics and then use them for my narrative that Spencer Strider should win a Cy Young. I will say the strikeouts are always impressive. And you said it, if he just lowers the ERA a little bit, he's got a really good shot.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at everything though. Like, he's leading the league in wins, and I know people are going to tell me, "Oh, wins don't really matter." I think in a lot of ways, wins don't matter, especially when you have an offense like the Braves who can cover up and mask a lot of the things. But he's 15-4. He leads the league in strikeouts, strikeout rate, FIP, WHIP, strikeout per 9. The only thing he's really not leading the league in is ERA. So it really depends what you care about. Because listen, the other thing I want to say is I think things like, and this is never how someone's going to look at it that hasn't watched the Braves constantly, but if you go out there and take out maybe like 3 or 4 of Spencer Strider's starts against some bad teams, like, this guy is leading the league in every category, and he gives this team not just a chance to win, he goes out there and wins games for this team better than I think any pitcher in the league, just strictly what he gives you on a night-to-night basis. Like, yes, he's had a few where they've blown up in his face and he's been terrible, and I know you can't just count those out. But if you look at the entire body of work and say, hey, every time he steps out there, does he give his chance the best chance to win of any pitcher in the Major League Baseball? If you looked at it like that, I don't think there's any question that he's done that, at least in the National League so far this year. And that's why he leads the league in wins, and that's why he leads it in FIP, and that's why he leads it in WHIP and like strikeouts. And it's really just the ERA. And listen, Zach Gallen's been great. I really like Zach Gallen. I think to me, in my opinion, and I'm a little bit biased, I hope Spencer Strider closes this out and just has a few good more starts to end the season, because I think he is deserving of winning this award. I think he has been good enough, and I think he is the best pitcher in the National League, as I said before the season. But yes, the ERA's got to come down, and it's going to be interesting because, like I said, the voters each have their own cup of tea. Some guys are going to like B-WAR, some guys are going to like F-WAR, some guys are going to like strikeouts and FIPS, and some guys are going to stick old school and be like, oh, no, I'm an ERA guy. Let's run prevention. Some guys still think wins matter. Some guys think they don't mean anything. So it's you're in this weird age of baseball where you're like, you've met like a bunch of old school writers and stuff like that who don't want to hear anything about it. And then you have this analytically based group who completely just think that's all that matters. So it's going to be like, what's your cup of tea? And I think it's going to be one of the wilder like voting races. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 40% have Spencer Strider, 37 have Zach Gallen, and 30 have Blake Snell, because those are really your three horses. So one of those guys is going to win it. You look at the odds, everyone else is like 25-1 or worse. One of those three guys is going to win it, and it's going to be like, what's your cup of tea? Also, does being the best pitcher on the best team matter? Like Blake Snell, should he win the Cy Young on a team that's not going to make the playoffs? The Diamondbacks not make the playoffs? Does that matter? It definitely matters in the MVP race. How much does it matter in the Cy Young race? I think some people are going to care about that. Some people aren't. So it's going to be one of the your best guess is as good as mine when this finally does happen, if it's this close come, vote time, because I think everyone has their own thing that they like. And I don't know.
What's not up for debate is Spencer Strider is by far the most fun pitcher to watch. When he's on, there is nobody better to watch in baseball right now. And that does not matter, but it matters to us fans. And I love watching Spencer Strider take the mound.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun race. Coming up after the break, we're gonna talk about Shohei Ohtani and his future now that he has to have Tommy John again.